Hello and welcome to my channel. It's good to be with you again, guys. It's been a while since I made any memory books, but I can't resist. We just had the newest released from Tonic Studios, and they have wonderful additions to the original memory book die set. There's two of the die sets. One of them is called Our Story Half Cut My Memory Book die set, and the other one is called Spring Garden Layering die set. And they both work individually, or they go very well with the original release, which was memory book number 1, called the Memory Book Maker Layer Cascade die set, and the second one die set that came with that one was called Memory Book Maker Base Creator die set. Now I won't be using the original memory book die set at all for my new memory book. All I'm going to be using is the largest die that comes with the base creator die set from the original release, and that's this one right here. That's all I'm going to be using for my pages and also for my cover. But also I will be mainly using the new release. I can show you right there. This is the half cut dies right there, and this is the other die set. Very beautiful. That one over here. Very beautiful die set, and super easy to use. Now you could probably make a book without having to use any of the base created dies. The only thing about this base created, the original one, is that it makes making pages easier. With this one, all you get is this shape cut like this, so you won't get that little bit of extra tab here that you could put attached to the spine, which makes it more difficult for you if you wanted to make a book without spine, because obviously you don't have the extra card, the extra room there to fold it and to create your own creases. So you can use that with a spine if you make one, or if you have the down die set. But today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I make my album with the spine, but without die set to make a spine, if that makes sense. So basically, we're going to make our own spine from scratch. So it's super simple, and I'll explain the best I can, so you will see how to make one. Well, basically, all I did for this book, I took the largest die from the base creator die, one of the original sets, and I did cut one piece with like this, without cutting off the edge. I left it longer. I left that whole length of the card in to basically create my the back of my cover, if that makes sense, the backing for my spine. So I cut that out, just trimmed it with scissors, make sure it's fairly easy, fairly straight, and then scored it as it ends, sort of as you have natural score line here at the end. Just score it along with that, so this will bend inwards. So that will be my front of my cover. For the back of my cover, I did exactly the same thing. All I did was just trim the edge, and that will be the back of my cover. And also what I did is, now I have all the pages. I cut all the pages using exactly the same die, just one die set. But for every page, I cut 2 pieces of paper. So that way I can double up my pages, and I can also have little slots inside to put any additional mats if I wish. So basically all I did is, I'm gonna have 4 pages in my book. So I have 2 for 1, 2 for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and I think I went a little bit overboard, and I cut. Oh yes, I got these 2 extra, of course. I've got the 2 extra ones, so I got 8 for the pages and 2 extra pages to reinforce my cover, because my cover will be the same size as the pages. It will look nice, and it will be really nice and sturdy if I double it up. So I got 2 extra pages, so 8 for the pages themselves, 2 to reinforce the cover, and 2 for the cover, only one of them with extra length of paper. And that's all you need to do. Just cut these things out. Super easy, super simple. You can make a 3-page book, 4, 5-page book, how many how many you wish. It doesn't really sort of matter. You can make your book as thick as you possibly can, as you wish. I wouldn't personally go past 6 pages, because then if you think about it, your book, your spine will be super thick, and it might cause problems later on when you're trying to open it and use it, and I'm sure you're planning on using it. Now, for the spine, all I did, I marked all the papers here for you so you can see. All I did, I cut a piece of card, exactly the same card, 300 GSM cream card. I believe for mine at the range, it's just a normal card, and I cut it to the same width as this gap here, this bit here, which is 3.5 inches, just over 3.5 inches, and I believe that's 9 centimeters. So I cut it to this width, and you can have it as long as you need. That way, depending on how many pages you have. This is a sample one. I'm making 4 pages. And basically what I did for you to prepare this, so you can see it clearly how to make it. Super simple, don't need any dies. What you need to do is you will score that card accordingly to the number of pages you have. So the first one you will leave larger, because that's going to be your first gap between the cover and the first page. All I did was 1/2 inch. So if you see that there, I scored it on the 4th line, which is 1/2 inch. Then I need 2 more score lines, but closer together for the first page. So I did 3 lines and three sort of little gaps and 3 gaps there. So that will be my first page, scored it again twice, and I left another little wider gap for the second break between the pages. Then again scored double, closer together for the second groove. Then a gap again, then double score line, then a gap again, larger gap, and then double score line. And that will leave me with another gap, and I cut the paper off at that point, because all I need to do is I need to have 2 gaps on the ends, one between the back and front cover, and 4 ridges for my pages. When I fold them, they will create a little ridges. I'll show you the finished one. I have one completed right there. So basically, all you do, you will score that, then you will bend all your score lines, most of them inwards, sort of. That's the front, so you bend it kind of away from yourself, and again here, bend away from yourself on all these ones, all the ones around the larger gaps. You will fold that way, and that one there, and this one can go that way. Yeah, the outside ones will go the other way around, both the outside ones, and also all the ones that are in the middle of your page grooves, or whatever you call them, not quite sure. So you'll fold these the other way, creating little mountains, the mountain peaks there in the middle, because that's where you will need to attach your spines to, your pages to. Sorry. See, that's what you do. Just fold them off, and that way, looks like this. That way, all you do is you pinch it together, and you have 1, then you have 2, and then 3. Super easy. It's 10 minutes to do it. It's not that much measuring, because all you're doing is scoring, and it's quite instinctive. It doesn't take long. So now you have all your little grooves for your pages. And now, once this is done, you go at the back. And I personally use scroll tape. It comes in different widths. It's an excellent tape, double-sided tape, very, very sticky. It comes in 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, even 1/4 inch, and even in big sheets if you need them. This one, I believe here I have is 2/3 of an inch, 2/3 of an inch. You could use 1/4 inch, which is now, and then it will fit better between your gaps. So all you need to do is take a strip of that, and if you look inside the grooves on the back of them, that's where you stick it. You stick it right there, right at the back of your grooves. You can do it on both sides. I've seen people doing it on both sides. You can add a bit of wet glue. Whatever you do, do not use red liner tape. The red liner tape is not suitable for memory books. It comes undone easily. I've heard of many ladies who struggle with that. I myself had one book coming apart. It's not heat resistant, so it will come apart with heat. If you have to use red liner tape, also use some wet glue on top, some nice good sticky wet glue, and that will help. But basically all you do is you put your tape at the back of the little ridges that you created for the pages. I'll need it two here for you to see. You see at the back there. You can do it on both sides of those little ridges, but there's no need. I only do on one. Open it up and then you close those little bits there like that, creating on the other side a perfect bridge for the page. And it's the same on the next one, and I will continue like that until I have all of them completed. As you can see, so super easy. You do not need a die set to do it. The die set for the spine, I don't use it personally. I have it, I don't use it because I think it's a bit, those little things are too narrow for me, and also there's not really no need. So once you're finished, you have something like this. I have 4 pages there. Once they all come together, I put score tape on the back as well, and that's all there is to it. I hope that helps you with making your own spines, because like I said, it's super easy. Unless you really don't feel confident, and you can use the die set, which will basically do the same thing. It will score all your all the lines that you need. That's all it will do for you. It will cut the actual shape, and then if you really hate measuring, I don't really think there's any measuring in this, but if you really hate measuring, you can cut that with your die and then fold it exactly the same way as I showed you how you fold your spine. I mean, the principle will be the same. Nothing really will change. So that's that. I'll take the sticky tape off. Let's take the backing of my spine, and once I have that ready, all I do is I line it up there, just behind that fold, because I do want to be able to open and close my book. Line it up, making sure it's quite straight, and press it down. Press it down there. And you want that more to stick properly. There we go. And it's there. Go there. My spine is already on. Super simple, super easy. Tiniest little trim on the end. There we go. And that's what I'm going to do. The last bit to do with the spine is once you put it in, you will see there's a line. Obviously, you have the little edge there. So all I do is I score that there now, right outside, maybe just a tiny bit outside the line, so that way I can again bend my book easily. There you go. So that's folded, and that will create the little hinge. We don't need it that wide. I can actually trim it down because you don't need it as much. You don't need as much as this. Again, it won't be showing because we will cover it from the back and the front with the card. Bearing in mind that we want to double up on the back and front cover, as I said, to make it sturdier. So all I do is I put more score tape on the end. Okay. This will be nicely hidden from view for now. All I do is take some score tape, take the backing off if I can. There we go. There we go. And I will use one of the pages I cut. Make sure that when you're attaching is using the right side like this. So this is all going to be right side because that's what's going to be showing when it's made. So I do this. I will just line it up there. My spine. right. That goes in there. And as this will be covered up in a minute and hidden, I can do this right now. Actually, all I need to do is get some glue. For the wet adhesive, I use the Art Glitter Dries Clear Glue. That's my glue of choice. There's many other glues that could work for you. There's no one, wrong or one right thing to use. I personally prefer this one because it's really nice and flows really well. I never had any problems. For larger projects, I don't use the metal tip because the metal tip is what gets clogged up, and I get really frustrated when it clogs up. So all I do is just put the glue all over this, plenty of it, and then I will stick to the back with the right side up. So basically, I'm strengthening my cover. Not only that, but also I'm making it sort of neater looking, because you will not have the back side showing the sort of the indentation going in. You will have nice beautiful pattern on both sides like this. So that's one, and then do exactly the same thing for the front. There's no need to leave any gaps in glue because these are not pages, these are covers, so I don't have to think about leaving any space between the glue. And all I do is line it up, make sure it lines up nicely, and it will stick there, press it down. And this is our front and back cover done. I had to trim it down to make sure that I have the necessary wiggle room for it to be able to open and close. There needs to be just a tiny bit of a gap there between the two. There we go, that's that done. All nice. I've got glue on my fingers now. Yeah. So that's the spine, the back and front cover for the album done. And now all we can do is put the pages in. Again, super simple to do, nothing fancy. Now there's two schools about this. Some people like to decorate the pages first, then put them in. Makes it easier, I guess. But I do enjoy putting my pages in first, and then my little book kind of looks like it's a book already, and then I can decorate them once they're in. And I just enjoy the process doing it that way myself. Again, you can do it either way. You can either get your pages ready and then stick them on. I like to stick them on now. So what I'm going to do, I decided with this album, I'm going to have a gap on the top. So what you're going to need to do is just leave the opening here and have glue on all these sides. If you're leaving the pages out until it's ready, you don't need to put any glue here either, or you can add that later once you slot it onto the book. But yeah, I will put my pages in now. Actually, I can start doing that right now, show you how I'm doing mine. I'm just wondering if I should put the double-sided tape as well along the probably no need for this book because we're making it mainly for the tutorial. Doesn't really matter if it's going to last 100 years or not, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Leave all that empty so I can put my mats inside. And then on this side as well, I'm going to need glue on this side as well, because that's going to attach to my other side of the spine. That way. Okay, and now take the book and place it on either side of your first groove, or you can start at the back if that's easier for you. Again, don't glue it right to the edge. I mean right to the sort of, don't push it right down to the end, because you will need a little bit of give when you later on look at your album, and I'm sure you will, and you want to be able to turn your pages and make it nice and interactive. You don't want anything to be stuck firmly stuck down so you can't move anything around. So that will hold hopefully nicely. It's really good glue, it wraps really quickly. And that's my first page. There we go. Okay, it's already stuck down. You could put a little peg on either side just to make sure it sits there. And that's essentially it. Play one page, then I will repeat the same process with the rest of the pages, and I will come back to you in a minute. Okay, so that's that. I attached all of the pages to my spine. They all pretty much stuck down properly now. It's only taking a couple of minutes for the glue to take. And every one of the pages, I left the opening at the top. Just left that one without any glue, and then obviously there's no glue inside, so all there is glued on 3 sides there and stuck to the spine. All 4 pages in, the covers are in as well. Make sure this all sticks nicely so nothing, there's no gaps, shouldn't be. And that's it, that's how the book constructed. Now, I will not be decorating it in this video. If you'd like me to see one decorating the book, I prepared quite a few things ready for the decoration. I have some decorative dies cut out from the other die set. Yeah, if you'd like me to see decorate this, I'm going to use some very beautiful papers from Crafters Companion and the other Tonic die set, this one over here. I will be using that for the decorations. So if you'd like me to see decorate this little mini album, just give me a shout, let me know. And yeah, thank you for your patience and for watching my process and my struggles, and I apologize if there was any mistakes. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos coming very soon. The part 1 first, and then we're going to make some more mini albums. So if you like that, please subscribe and like the video, and drop me a comment. I always appreciate these, and I love reading them. You guys are really kind. The crafting community is great, and especially the memory book makers are fantastic people. So thank you all for your time, and thank you, and see you soon. Bye bye.